Here are a few thoughts on our course policies that I write from our syllabus. You'll see on this slide a number of ways me during the week. I have a you can call or text and email address. The main thing that I want to point out is that I will only for audio or video chat Tuesday nights. On Wednesday mornings and Thursday nights, I will respond with as often as possible, unless responding to multiple people, and then it go into the next hour. But it won't be the video chat. So if you want to video chat, that needs to be on Tuesday nights, or otherwise you can get a quick response during hours or on 48 work week. This is a copy of our textbook. It will be immensely helpful for your success in this class, so please be sure to get your copy as soon as you can. This is the official policy, the attendance policy from Hines from the e-learning department. I have had more people drop an online course from missing submissions than from anything else, and I'll mention a little bit more about that in the next slide. All of your work for each module is due by Sunday night at midnight. If you have any of the work for the module submitted, you will not receive an absence. So for example, if you have an essay due and a discussion post due, and you submit the discussion post, you will be present for that week. However, you will receive a point deduction for each day that your essay, one letter grade for each day that it's late. If you have 1 week or one whole module with no submissions, then you will receive an absence, which in an 8-week course, your first absence is your notice of absence, which gives you 7 days to submit work or contact me to let me know that you are still engaged in the class. If you receive a second absence after you receive that NOA email, you will be dropped from the course. If your first absence is week 3 and your second absence is week 5, you will still be dropped at the end of week 5. They do not have to be back-to-back, consecutive weeks. So just please keep close tabs on your deadlines and your absences, because I don't want to have to drop any of you for having an F for not turning in something. So please, please, please submit some week that lets me know that you are still involved in the course. And if you have some extenuating circumstances come up, please email me ahead of time and let me know so I can work with you, rather than after the fact. It's a lot harder to go back and make things up. For this course, you will have 2 proctored exams. The midterm, as you can see, is multiple choice, and the final is a literary analysis essay. So I will provide you with a quote sheet from the text that you've been given in the final modules of the course for the final exam. You'll use that quote sheet for your source information. Please schedule your exam. I have had a number of students try to do a walk-in, and they have told me after the fact that it's very crowded and it's kind of noisy just because there are so many people in the room, and they try to keep the testing environment as quiet as possible, but when you just have that many people all together, just the nature of people rustling about and typing and all that can be very distracting for some students. So do yourself a favor and schedule your exam early on in the week, get it taken care of, and don't be in that last minute rush. This slide contains the official plagiarism policy. Please look over it outside of just the short presentation and be sure that you are not plagiarizing. It states that if a student is caught cheating, you'll receive a 0 for the assignment, failing of the course, and possible dismissal or suspension from the school. The next slide has a little bit more about what that means for our course in particular. If you have any questions about citation or integrating quotes or documenting your sources, please, please, please contact me before you submit the assignment. I can work with you. You can send me like a sample sentence and we can talk about, punctuation or run-on sentences, how to make it splice into your sentence. We can talk about any of that before the submission deadline. Once it is submitted, I have to grade it as it is on the paper. If you submit an assignment that has been plagiarized, you will receive a 0 for the assignment. And I need to speak with you either on the phone or through the Blackboard Collaborate. We can set up a separate appointment outside of the virtual office hour, virtual conference hour. But I need to talk to you before you submit your next assignment because I need to know that you know how to document source information properly. That is one of the biggest objectives of this course, is that you go forth into whatever your major area is, knowing how to research, synthesize information, and put that information into your own voice, into your own work, while maintaining the integrity of the original source. If you refuse the conference and you have plagiarized severely enough, I will just go right there and send your stuff forward to the English department, to the e-learning department, and request that you were dropped from the class. If you do have the conference and we're on the same page about everything and you understand what needs to be done, and then you submit a second plagiarized assignment, I will also then fill out that behavior discipline form and send it forward to our departments. If this is not your first offense and you have plagiarized an assignment for another course, the dean has that on your academic record. And in that case, when they receive my form, you could be called for a disciplinary hearing to discuss a possible expulsion from the college. The bottom line is that plagiarism, more often than not, happens when you wait to the last minute to do something and it looks like the easy way out. But I promise you, I will find it. You submit your work through turnitin.com, and I use multiple search engines to search for anything that looks suspicious, because you need to learn how to use your own words and your own voice and use academic resources appropriately. So it would be a disservice to both of us if I allowed that sort of offense to continue. This is how your grading for this term will be broken down. 10% each for your essays, your midterm, your research paper counts as 30%, and then all other assignments are 15, and your discussion posts are 5. You will see a rubric attached to just a single assignment. I believe if I miss one, I should be adding it as we go through this time. Will be graded within 1 week of submission. So I will be grading them in the order that they are submitted. All of the work that's submitted on time will be graded first, and then any late assignments will be submitted afterward. The only exception will be the research paper. Obviously, we're putting a lot of time and you're putting a lot of work into writing the research paper. So I will probably more than 1 week to grade it, depending on how many students are in the course and how many sections I have each term. Please come to ask me when an assignment will be graded. I will get it graded as soon as I can, and I usually post an announcement or an email with just some thoughts on happening on multiple students so that the whole class can benefit from that sort of feedback. So I will let you know when all grades are posted. The course requires 3 short essays, or shorter essays, 600 words, the longer researched essay, and a final exam essay. But I have noticed in the past that because the readings and the essay writing take place within 1 week in the 8-week course, that sometimes there's some miscommunication about what is expected. So I'm going through those modules in particular to clarify. If you notice me being abundantly detailed, that is why. But in addition to that, I'm going to provide an opportunity for a fourth last chance essay. So if you have submitted the first one and a grade much lower than you had hoped, but you've straightened things out and the second and third essays are going well, and you take the time to write a fourth essay, I will grade it, and if the grade is higher than any of your original 3, I will replace your lowest of those 3 essays with the fourth essay. To be eligible to have this additional essay possibly replace your lowest grade, you have to have an essay submission for each of the 3 original essays. This fourth essay, its purpose is to provide you with an additional opportunity to show me that you have learned what you maybe did not fully comprehend in one of the earlier essays. It is not to replace an essay that you did not turn in or an essay that was plagiarized. So if you have plagiarized any submission at all, you have just lost the chance to do the fourth essay. Or if you fit any of the original essays, I will not grade a fourth essay. So the bottom line is, if you make a 0 either from lack of submission or plagiarism, the 0 will stand. If you make a 37, just throwing out some random number, because you legitimately did not understand what you were supposed to be doing, then this last chance essay would be a great opportunity for you to show me that you have come this far since that first or second essay and you know how to do this, and that grade will be recorded to reflect what you know at that point in the semester. So please email me if you have any questions about this.